Happy Wednesday, everybody, and happy New Year's Eve. I hope you're all doing well. Hi. It's time. We have arrived. It's time for the Time Will Always Tell Awards. The much vaunted, oft talked about Time Will Always Tell Awards are about to kick off. Charlotte, hello, Scuzzy, FLCLZL, Tom, Panda. How's everybody doing? If I missed you, good morning. Scuzzy. Of course, this is the stream that Charlotte's on time for. Yeah. Himby, hello. Day off of work, looking forward to this. So what we're going to do, because this is the Time Will Always Tell Awards for 2020, we're going to start by looking through all the games that came out in 2020, just to refresh our memories. So we're going to go down the Wikipedia page and just refresh our memories, because that year didn't really exist. So if you want to, that's the Wikipedia page that I'm going to be using. I'm going to pull it up here in a second. We're going to go chronologically through all the games that are released. The format on that is a little weird. It will show some games that released that year, but it's a release on just a particular console. A lot of stuff was coming out on the Switch in 2020, so we're going to go through and pick out. Typically what I do before this is I'll go through and I'll note down all, like, the notable, this is my list of notable games. It's empty, I haven't done it yet. So we're going to do that live. We're going to go down and just refresh our memories of everything that came out. And then we're going to go over what actually won all of the awards for that year. And then we're going to go through and re-award what we think actually deserves to win. So can't wait to be devastated by what came out 5 years ago. Yeah. The only two games that I know for sure came out is Animal Crossing and Hades 1. That's all I got. Everything else is a mystery. I did notice when I first pulled up the Wikipedia page, the PS5 and the Xbox Series S and X came out in 2020. So 2020 was actually the final year of PS4 releases. So, yeah. 2020 was the year that you, like many people, joined Twitch, found this weird channel, never left for some reason. Yeah. So, yeah. That's where we're at. The PS5 has been out for 5 years. If you look back at, like, console length prior to the PS4, we're, like, approaching end of life for the PS5. And Microsoft has basically already said they're not making Xbox anymore, so, you know. Hey, my thingy went away. Where did my thing go? There it is. Oh, yeah. I like seeing the little woo. Anyway. I'm a child. So that's what we're going to do first. We'll go through all the games. I'm going to jot down the notable ones, the ones that jump out that were really good, that I have good memory of. If you see one that you thought was really good, let me know. We'll jot that down, and then we'll go through the awards, see what actually won, and then we'll figure out what we actually think should win. So, please note down Spiritfarer. Did Spiritfarer come out? All right, let's get started. Next gen console maybe is going to be $infinity billion because of RAM prices. Yeah. I don't know. Like, the Steam machine is going to be an interesting point, because they need to price that in order for the Steam machine to be a success. It cannot exceed $850. And I don't know that they can do that with memory prices. Just stared at the Winamp visualator bars dancing around going, oh, yeah. Did you not? Come on. Sony may have announced a delay in the PS6 due to component cost and availability. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything definitive. By the way, this is back in the store. The glorious Time Will Always Tell Awards trophy is back in the store. If you're interested, it's pinned to the top. You can get the official drinks vessel with the glorious trophy on it so that you can put it on your mouth. Probably could have phrased that better, but no, that's fine. All right. Next gen consoles going back to integrated graphics with no RAM. If only you could get the actual trophy. If we get a house, I want to get a 3D printer when we get a house. And if we do, I'm going to probably get my brother to model this, and then I'll 3D print it. Like, I'll make the wood part, and then get him to model, and we'll 3D print it. That's the first thing on my agenda for getting a 3D printer. I don't know what that says about me. I have a sneeze that has been like about to happen for the last 45 seconds, and it will not. It's gone. I talked about it and I scared it away. Mail one to the devs of your game. Yeah. That would be great. So, stare into the light. The first batch of them should be sent to the publishers of every winner. Yeah. No, I would absolutely send them to the devs. Forever sneezeless. Yeah. All right. Let's take a look at. This is probably not easy to read on stream. But the Wikipedia article for games released in 2020. Forever Sneezeless, your Modest Mouse tribute band. Nice. I would have gone with red jumpsuit apparatus. So let's go through and we will note down what notable games came out this year. Right? He has a face. Hi, Kim. I do. I'm probably going to stream without a cam on Friday. But yeah, here I am. I still exist. All right. January 9th, Monster Hunter World Iceborne. That's notable. What if we just make it the first 3 columns so it's bigger? Can I? I don't know if I can. Wait. Hang on. Wait.
Just floating around tugboating people.
Red. Let me see what I can do here. Hang on. I'm trying. Old man trying to zoom. Well, it's on a monitor. And I'm trying to get it to look bigger on the monitor. But it doesn't want to get bigger on the monitor. It's just scaling out. Text large. Ooh, hey, that's better. Dark? That's even better. Is that more readable? Hang on. We made large text, so that might be a little better. Not sure Iceborne should count. Yeah, I wasn't going to write it down, Bishop. I wasn't going to write it down. I don't think that's actually... It might be more legible. Anyway. Best remake, we did not need Warcraft 3. We are going to have... We did start last year, we did start a remake category. And I'm pretty sure a remake came out. When did the first Final Fantasy VII remake come out? I mean, Warcraft 3 is on the list. Anyway. let's go down the line. Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Mythic Ocean. I have no idea what that is. The Japanese edition of Yakuza Like a Dragon. Doesn't really count. These are all Switch. Journey to the Savage Planet is an okay game. Kentucky Route Zero is actually really good. I'm gonna put that one down. I don't think I can filter anything is the problem. That would be cool if I could. Thronebaker, that was Switch. Warcraft 3 Reforged for a remake. Let me put that on the side here. Warcraft 3 Reforged. Kentucky Route Zero is fantastic. It is very good. Underrated game. Coffee Talk, a visual novel. I don't know what that game is, but I have expectations in my head now. And I don't think it's Mike Myers. Coffee Talk was actually good. I never played that one. Monster Energy Supercross 3. That's a title. It's not going to meet those expectations. I was hoping for Mike Myers in drag. And now I feel let down. The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Tactics. Didn't play that one either. Let's see. Yakuza 5 for the PS4. Daemon X Machina. Florence. Darksiders Genesis console release. Snack World. Dungeon Crawl. Hunt Showdown came out on the PS4. Let's see. Vitamin Connection. Obviously. Mega Man Zero Legacy Collection. Rune Factory 4 Special? No. Console release of 2 Point Hospital. Hero Must Die Again. Ooh, Black Mesa. Everyone should play Black Mesa. Snack World is an appealing name. It is. Black Mesa is a remake, a fan remake of Half-Life 1. And it's very good. It is very good. I highly recommend it. I am completely and thoroughly biased. I actually don't know that I've ever said this on stream before, but it's been long enough now, and they've all moved on to other things. I ran D&D for a lot of the guys who made this, so Black Mesa is very good. I am completely biased. Ooh, Call of Duty Warzone. Yeah? Ori and the Will of the Wisps. As much as I don't like Ori. That's Ori 2, right? That's the second one? Most disappointing sequel with a composer change. Doom Eternal. Yeah. Neo 2. Exit the Gungeon. Okay. Animal Crossing, obviously. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Doom 64? Wait, which one? Doom Eternal was the new one, right? Then we've got Half-Life Alyx. Half-Life. Bleeding Edge. Legend of Heroes. Trails of Cold Steel 3. That's a serious name. One Piece, Pirate Warriors 4. A Switch remake of Saints Row 4. Bubble Bobble 4. Wait, what? The original Bubble Bobble, one of my favorite games of all time. Neo 2, yeah. Actually, I forgot to write that down. Neo 2 is 2020. Persona 5 Royale. I don't know how the Persona 5 games work. Or the Persona games work. I don't know if that's a remake or a different one. This is... Persona 5 came out in 2016. So then what is... This is a re-release? I don't know. Black Mesa is $5 on Steam sale. It's the director's cut of Persona 5. Okay. Resident Evil 3. That's a re-release, right? Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'll put that under the remakes tag. Space Engineers on Xbox. Merchant of the Skies. Cloudpunk. That's a really neat little game. Still haven't played? Yeah, I haven't played. Trials of Mana. XCOM Chimera Squad. Ooh, Gears Tactics. I'm putting that. That's on my list. That's a really good game. Moving Out. Moving Out is fun. Oh, SnowRunner? SnowRunner was 2020? Huh. Well, that's fun. Let's see. John Wick Heck. Oh, that was PS4 release. That's a great game. Oh. 1.0 release of Deep Rock Galactic. That was Bishop, that was the Stadia release of Octopath Traveler. That's one of the things you got to pay attention to. It came out in 2018. This is just the Stadia release. That's what makes this so confusing. Deep Rock Galactic. That's it. What Stadia? Ask FLCL. He was the one. Golf with Friends. No. Oh, Golf with Friends hit 1.0? Wait, Golf with Friends hit 1.0? Did anybody know that? I didn't know that. I thought it was still in early access. Stadia is sitting on a shelf next to your Ouija board. Yeah. It's a tech demo made by Google, an elaborate advertising campaign. Let's see. Remakes of the Mafia, the 2 and 3 in the Mafia games. Ooh, Monster Train. Yeah. Monster Train is awesome. Maneater, that's a fun game. My son had fun with that game for a little bit. You play as a shark. Minecraft Dungeons. Okay. Jokes aside, Minecraft Dungeons is actually really good. I was able to play 3-player. My daughter was on Switch, my son was on Xbox, and I was on PC, and we were able to do a 3-player run of that. It's really fun. Really good game. Surprisingly, really solid ARPG. Let's see. This is all Switch stuff. Valorant. Oh, really? Valorant came out in 2020. That's pretty crazy. Outer Worlds, that's Switch. We Were Here Together, great game. That was Xbox. Oh, Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us Part 2 came out. That probably won a lot of awards. I haven't even looked to see who won what awards. I'm guessing that won a lot of awards. Is that... Was that like... No, that's not the remake. Is it? No. That was more recent, right? Sorry, I'm very stuffy today. Desperados 3? I didn't play. Oh. Did I play the first one? I may have played the first one. Oh, Mr. Driller Drillland. Yep. That one. Okay, July to September, Trackmania. Superliminal console release. F1 2020. Death Stranding Windows release. That doesn't really count. That already came out, right? That came out, yeah, the year before on PlayStation. The devs behind Shadow... Oh. Maybe I didn't play it then. Story of Seasons, Friend of Mineral Town. I played that a little bit, didn't I? Oh, Ghosts of Tsushima. That goes on a list. I played one of them. I don't know if it was Mineral Town or... I don't know. Crisis Remastered on the Switch. Cuphead? No. Yeah, okay. Cuphead on the PS4. Oh, Fall Guys. Pioneers of Olive Town? I don't know. It's the only... That's the only one that I've played. The Story of Seasons game, that's the only one I've done. Fall Guys was 2020. That's crazy. Horizon Zero Dawn came out on PC. Risk of Rain 2. That's a good one. Factorio hit 1.0. That's got to go on the list, right? My list is getting longer than I thought it was.
Just float around tugboating people.
See? Also, Red, thank you for 42 months. I saw it and then I got distracted. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for 42 months. I hope you're doing well. That was 15 minutes ago. Sorry. I look around and Sin City's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can't see clearly when you're gone. I said, oh, I'm blinded by the lights. I can't sleep until I feel your touch. Oh, I'm drowning in the night. When I'm like this, you're the one I trust. Okay. Spiritfarer. That's absolutely. What an incredible game. I still haven't finished it. It got to the point where it's getting sad and I stopped. Last Campfire is decent, not good enough to put on the list though. Madden NFL 21. Spellbreak. Best game that should still exist, but doesn't. Spellbreak was really, really fun. Really, really fun. I'm still upset that it's gone. Oh, Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning for remakes. I love that game. That's a great game. Hades. Let's see. What are those, Bishop? What is Hades? Madden 21. Genshin Impact. Did Genshin Impact come out this year? Oh yeah, it did. See that down at the bottom? I don't want to jump ahead. Hang on. Otherwise I'll miss stuff. The Wingspan game. Art of Rally. By the way, Art of Rally is probably on sale for cheap. If you want a really like low commitment racing game, Art of Rally is awesome. And it's probably on sale for cheap right now. It's a super, super good vibe. Let's see. Mafia Definitive Edition. Genshin Impact has to go on there. Because, I mean, yeah. Yuberto, what's going on? Spelunky 2 came out. I actually was really disappointed in Spelunky 2, so it doesn't go on my list. Is it like baby's first racing game? It is. Hang on, let me pull up. It is on sale. It's 50% off, so it's $12 right now. It is like really bright, vibrant colors. And like if you were trying to like if you were to race a rally car through a cozy vibe game, that's what it is. It's really good. It's really good. Okay, October to December. We're almost there. Super Mario Brothers 35? What? Multiplayer Battle Royale platform game. What? I completely missed that. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim was 2020. I did write down Genshin, yes. I put Genshin down, don't you worry. Star Wars Squadrons. Underrated game. Star Wars Squadrons, really underrated game. The best Star Wars game that no one ever played. Yeah. You could, if you took time with it, Huberto, you could customize those controls so that they were comfortable for anybody. That's part of what made it really good. Really, really good. I'm putting that on the list. It deserves recognition. I wonder if it's still... I would imagine it's still supported, but I can't imagine the player count is particularly high. Half the time queuing to get the one person needed? Yeah. I would imagine it's probably worse now. If not completely. Age of Empires 3 remake. It's like the worst Age of Empires game to remake. I don't care. Amnesia Rebirth. Torchlight 3. Yes. I have connections to the Torchlight games, and just no. Really after the first one. The second one was good. But from then on. Ghost Runner goes on the list. Best game you suck at is Ghost Runner. Oddworld New and Tasty was no. Oh, thank God. Oh, that had been coming for like half an hour. Okay. Visage. No. Dirt 5, Tropico 6 on the Switch. Destiny 2 Beyond Light expansion. Gears 5 came out? No, 2019. Oh, this is Xbox, because this is after the Xbox Series S and X came out, so a whole bunch of stuff is going to get re-released. That's why. Okay. No, Huberto. So a lot of this stuff, like No Man's Sky, was not 2020, but it's re-releasing on the Xbox Series X and S. So you have to double check. Fuser? Rhythm game. No, I'm good. I have no rhythm. I'm an old white man. Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Oh yeah, Demon Souls remake. That goes on my remake list. This is all stuff re-releasing on the PS5 and whatnot. The Pathless? Oh, I vaguely remember that. I don't think I may have gotten a key for that and I never played it. Remember when a game like Tropico was fun because it occurred in a super fictional world where a dictator could easily rise to immense power? Yeah. Now it's just too far-fetched to even imagine. Oh, Katamari Damacy remake. Really good. By the way. Really good. Siege came out on consoles. Or the new consoles. This is all re-release stuff. Re-release stuff. Cyberpunk 2077. So here's where the Time Will Always Tell awards have an advantage. Because in 2020, this game was garbage. Now, however, it's not. Okay. It certainly wasn't good in 2020, yeah, but that doesn't matter. It's good now. Now it's just entertaining.
Just flew around tugboating people.
Because everyone has a good GPU now, yeah. Chemical, what do you call someone who says they know all the words to Auld Lang Syne? A liar. Amori? I didn't play that one. All right, that's all the releases. So let's look at what actually won awards. It's actually a decent list of games. So the ones that the notable ones that I put down, okay? Kentucky Route Zero, Black Mesa, Ori 2, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2, Gears Tactics, SnowRunner, Deep Rock Galactic, Monster Train, Minecraft Dungeons, Valorant, Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Fall Guys, Risk of Rain 2, Factorio, Spiritfarer, Hades, Genshin Impact, Star Wars Squadrons, Ghost Runner, and Cyberpunk 2077. That's a pretty good... It's not one of the stronger years that we've done, but that's a pretty good release list. Let's see. Awards. Here we are. Major awards. Game of the Year at the Game Awards was Last of Us Part 2. Who could have seen that coming? However, the BAFTAs, the DICE Awards, and the game developers gave it to Hades. Ghost of Tsushima got the Game Award for art direction. That's fair. Oh, Phasmophobia came out. I missed that one. Phasmo goes on here. Phasmophobia came out in 2020. Oh, early access. Never mind. We don't do early access. We do 1.0 release, so Phasmo doesn't count. Never mind. We're good. Yeah. Is Phasmo out of early access yet? Trust me, I remember that baby game. It's a baby game for babies. Among Us is 2018. It went viral in 2020 because of the pandemic. Oh, the new Microsoft Flight Simulator came out in 2020. I mean, who cares? But Phasmo is still early access. So Satisfactory is eligible in 2029? Yes. Yes. It has to be, it's when 1.0 drops. That's why Deep Rock Galactic is on for this year, as well as Factorio. Microsoft Flight Simulator will never be 1.0. Yeah. All right, so Game of the Year. Looking at the Game Awards. Valheim will be 2030. Did it hit? Valheim didn't hit 1.0 this year. Fortnite will never be eligible. Announcements. Who cares? These are the nominations. $2031. Yeah. Yeah. So when we do the Time Will Always Tell Awards for 2025, my daughter will be out of high school and my son will be halfway through his senior year. Why you gotta make yourself sad like that? I know, right? So Game of the Year at the Game Awards went to Last of Us Part 2. Game Direction went to Last of Us Part 2. Art Direction went to Ghost of Tsushima. Narrative went to Last of Us Part 2. Best Score in Music, Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's a terrible choice. Audio Design, Last of Us Part 2. Best Performance, Laura Bailey, Last of Us Part 2. Games for Impact. Did they drop that category now? Is that one of the ones they dropped? Best Ongoing Game went to No Man's Sky. In 2020. Wasn't it nominated again this year? Pat, how's it going? Best Indie Game went to Hades. Mobile game went to Among Us. Community Support, Fall Guys. VR game, Half-Life Alyx. Innovation and Accessibility, Last of Us Part 2. That actually, the Last of Us Part 2 has some really good accessibility features. Best Action Game, Hades. Action Adventure Game, Last of Us. They just made up a new category so that Last of Us could get another. So the best action game and then the best action adventure game. We need to, okay, Fall Guys was 2020. As a collective of people who play, stream, and make video games, we need to get together and make actual categories. Because this nonsense needs to stop. We need there needs to be. Can Supergiant Games really be considered an indie? We're going to get into that, FLCL, because no. They are an independent developer, but no, they shouldn't be considered an indie studio. With Bastion, yes. Every game after Bastion, no. They can't. There's a game dev that I know that has a great marker for whether or not a studio should be considered an independent developer. And that is, his marker is, if you can get up in the morning and just say, you know what, I'm going to the beach today. Go to the beach, and that has no impact on anything in your game dev. No one asks you where you are. No one bothers you. You can just go to the beach for a day and then come back the next day and get back to work. If you can just F off to the beach for a day and it doesn't impact anything and no one cares, then you're an independent developer. If you can't, then you're not. Eve's messages getting censored? Oh, the Time Will Always Tell. You're gonna need to do a face scan and update the front and back of an ID. Also, hi Eve. Anyway, which means Team Cherry is still indie. Yeah, probably. Best role-playing game. Final Fantasy VII Remake. No. Remakes should not be winning awards other than Best Remake. That's the other thing. Best fighting game. Oh my god, who cares? It's either going to be Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. Like, let's not pretend that there's another option. Best family game is Animal Crossing. I don't agree with that at all. Best sim or strategy game, Microsoft Flight Simulator. No. In 2020, do you know, this was hot trash when it came out. I really don't like the Jeffies, by the way. I didn't even watch the Jeffies this year. I didn't even watch, because I don't even care. Best sports or racing game. Best multiplayer game. Best debut game. Oh, Mortal Shell came out. That's a good Souls-like. Did I miss that? Most anticipated game. Oh my god, who paid us the most money? Halo Infinite. How'd that work out? Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel. Okay. Player's Voice, which is the people's vote for Game of the Year, was Ghost of Tsushima. Mortal Shell's a game I wanted to like more than I did, yeah. Can sense your disdain. What? Most anticipated is who pays the most, yeah. Best esports game. Best esports athlete. Sure. Best esports team? Esports coach? Do they still do these? I don't even know if they still do these. Anyway. They didn't tell us the name of Tears of the Kingdom until the announcement trailers years later. When did Tears of the Kingdom come out? 2023? What is esports? Esports is playing video games competitively. So like Fortnite tournaments or Siege tournaments. Oh, yeah, the half-hour pre-show? Yeah, Counter-Strike. There are teams, and people get paid. Not much, but they get paid. Well, I guess it depends on what game and what team you get on. But StarCraft is still the best esport. Watching StarCraft makes you feel bad about yourself. Esports certified in blueprints. Yeah. Like, I like the only esport I like watching is Siege. And it's probably the hardest and worst game to watch as an esport. Because there's just so much going on in that game. And so much knowledge that you have to understand what's going on in that game that it's hilarious. We should do, at some point, like in Discord or something, we should watch Siege tournament together so people can see how ridiculous the game is. The League players are celebrities in South Korea. Yeah. Siege is actually huge in Brazil. They're celebrities in Brazil. A Siege night. Yeah. That'd be fun. I'd be the only one having fun, but that'd be fun. All right. So let's look at Awards. Shall we? Best narrative went to Last of Us Part 2. This is just... I don't like this at all. Best for kids, Animal Crossing. Well... let's go through the Game Awards, the Jeffies categories, and re-award those. How many games do we even have on the list? A bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18, 19, 23. There's 23 that we pulled out from the list of releases. Okay. Let's start near the bottom and work our way back up to Game of the Year. Ignoring most anticipated game. Best debut game. I don't like this category at all. But we'll do it anyway. Did Mediatonic make anything before? Yeah, they did, right? Yeah. I don't like... I'm gonna skip debut game. Let's start with best multiplayer game. Debut game is a dumb category. We should do most anticipated game. Most anticipated for this year, or what game we were hyped about in 2020. The best first release by a new company formed from veteran developers. Yeah, basically. Debut game is dumb. Alright, best multiplayer game. The ones that we pulled out. Let's do a poll. Shall we? Best multiplayer game. We'll have... the nominees are... best multiplayer. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, I don't have YouTube chat visible at the moment, and I apologize for that. And if you want to take part in the polls, you have to jump over to Twitch to do that. Unfortunately, I can't do it across platform. Okay, best multiplayer game. We're gonna have Deep Rock Galactic, Fall Guys, Valorant, Minecraft Dungeons, and Star Wars Squadrons. That's actually really tough. That's yeah, I'm fine to deal with the polls. So there you go. Best multiplayer game for 2020. Deep Rock Galactic, Fall Guys, Valorant, Minecraft Dungeons, Star Wars Squadrons. That's a really tough one, actually. I don't know. Feels like betrayal not to pick Squadrons. Yeah. After we just talked about how Squadrons is probably the most underrated game to come out this year, the problem is Fall Guys and Deep Rock exist. Deep Rock is my vote, I will say. Fall Guys is very close. Minecraft Dungeons is a lot of fun. If you haven't played Minecraft Dungeons, if you want an action RPG, similar in style to like Path of Exile, but nowhere near as difficult or as like finicky or crunchy. Minecraft Dungeons is like really good for like baby's first ARPG. Really, really good. Scuzzy, I will say, the Deep Rock community is by and large fantastic. Like pickup groups for that game. It doesn't matter how good you are, how much you've played, what your talent level is. They're actually super friendly. They're really wholesome. It's an anomaly in the internet space. Every now and then you get one, but that's actually a rarity. Started playing Fall Guys again for a bit lately. Fall Guys was really fun. We tied. It's a tie between Deep Rock and Fall Guys. So Minecraft Dungeons is like Diablo for babies. Yes. It's baby's first ARPG. All right. So that means I get to cast the tie-breaking vote, and my vote goes to Deep Rock Galactic. So best multiplayer game for 2020 goes to Deep Rock Galactic. But Diablo's already for babies. Shh, Eve. Shh. Shh. It's fine. Okay. That's that one. We're not going to do a vote for best sports and racing game. Everybody just go play Art of Rally. Art of Rally is fantastic. Because no one cares. Yeah, but just go play Art of Rally. Eve, if you want a cozy game that you can sit back and play. Art of Rally. Okay, best sim or strategy. I hate this should not be a combined category. Simulators should be a category. Strategy games, strategy/tactics games should be a category. So we're gonna uncombine that. Football Manager 2021. Yeah. You can compete with Will Still in the unemployment line. So let's do simulator. I don't even know that we need to have a vote for that because the only simulator I'm going to nominate would be SnowRunner. Yeah, it's between SnowRunner and Microsoft Flight Sim. So yeah. SnowRunner wins best simulator for 2020. So there you go. SnowRunner. Skipped over all the farming games for that year. I mean, there was like Farm Sim 2021 or whatever. However they do that, like the Madden games, but yeah. All right, so best simulator goes to SnowRunner. Best strategy game. There's Desperados 3, Gears Tactics, XCOM Chimera. Was there another strategy game? I guess Monster Train could count as a strategy game. It's a turn-based strategy deck builder. I don't think any others. No. So let's just, there's not enough to have a vote. So, the best strategy game for 2020 goes to Gears Tactics. That game's awesome. If you want to play, like an XCOM style game, Gears Tactics is really, really fun. I don't like the Crusader Kings games, Eve. I I've just never clicked with them. I don't know why, but I just never clicked with them. All right, family game. This one should be interesting. We're definitely going to have a vote for this one. Gears Tactics. Yeah. Just saw one on the list. Yeah. They're very weird, I guess. Best simulator game was SnowRunner. All right, so we're going to do another poll for best family game. That's going to be Fall Guys, Minecraft Dungeons. I wrote Fungeons. Oh my god, I can't spell. Minecraft Dungeons, Fall Guys, Animal Crossing. Yeah, that's probably all of them, right? Paper Mario Origami King. I never played that one. That's probably it for family games. Yeah. Definitely not Spiritfarer. Yeah. So best family game. Your choices are Fall Guys, Minecraft Dungeons, or Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Eve, it's one of the reasons I stopped. when it came out, I had an island that I shared with my kids. And every time I came out of my house, there would just be stuff all over the ground that they didn't know what to do with, so they just left it outside my door. So, best family game: Fall Guys, Minecraft Dungeons, or Animal Crossing: New Horizons. My guess is, looking at the
creepy stream because my dad's a little.
Wow. Don't grin. My guess is Fall Guys is gonna win. Fall Guys is really fun. I kind of forgot about Fall Guys for a while, so. Did I play Minecraft Dungeons? Yeah. I played, I was saying before, I played it on PC, my son was on his Xbox, and my daughter was on Switch. And we played it together, which is really cool. It's a lot of fun. If you've ever wanted to play a game like Path of Exile or Diablo, play Minecraft Dungeons. It's a really good introduction to the genre. Really fun. Really well done, too. Fall Guys is Fortnite without guns. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right. 5 seconds left. Best family game is gonna go overwhelmingly to Fall Guys. So, best family game is Fall Guys. It's a good shout. Almost got a Fall Guy tattoo. Glad you didn't, but it was close. It was a really fun, particularly because of the pandemic. It's a really fun, right game at the right time, right? So, Fortnite is just Fall Guys with guns. Yes. Yeah. Best RPG. Best RPG. Hindsight is 2020. Best RPG for 2020. This may be contentious. This one may be contentious. So we've got Genshin Impact, Cyberpunk 2077. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Remakes don't count. So Neo 2. There another. I think that's probably enough. Okay. All right. Poll is up. Best RPG of 2020. Genshin Impact, Cyberpunk 2077, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Neo 2. Get your votes in. The fact that Like a Dragon was a really good turn-based RPG and a great Yakuza game is still mind-blowing. Chat's too toxic. My 5-year tenure is over. Eve catching strays. Eve, the number of times that I put SMH my head and people are like, you know, you don't have to write my head after that. And just... It's, yeah, exactly. Mods catch strays here all the time. No, it's mostly me. It's mostly me that catches strays. 30 seconds left. It's all tied up. Cast the deciding vote. Genshin Impact, Cyberpunk 2077, Yakuza Like a Dragon, or Neo 2. If it's tied, that means I get to pick. Can't be strays when I'm the target? Okay. Now I feel like I'm talking to my kids. Almost had a triple tie. Ooh, a surprise win. I actually think that's the correct one. As good as Genshin is, so this category shows you why these awards are fun, because in 2020, Cyberpunk 2077 was awful. It was not good. But now, it's good. So it deserves Best RPG for 2020. So Best RPG for 2020 goes to Cyberpunk 2077. It wasn't even nominated. I never make a different choice from chat. What are you talking about? I respect everything you all do. Is Genshin an RPG? Yeah. Genshin is like Breath of the Wild, basically. Have you seen the spreadsheet? Yeah, Genshin is actually... I played a lot of Genshin, and I never spent a single cent. Like, you don't have to engage with the gacha stuff. You really don't. It's still really fun, and it's free. It's worth giving it a go. You just have to deal with... There's literally a column that says Tug's choice if applicable. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let's throw in a category that we created a couple years ago that doesn't exist, but should exist. This category is going to be Best Remake. I hate you. Okay. A little mean. What did I do? So best remake that released in 2020. We've got a decent selection. We've got Warcraft 3 Reforged. We've got Final Fantasy VII Remake. We've got Kingdoms of Amalur. Demon Souls. And Katamari Reroll. That's a tough one. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Yeah, no. I don't have enough room anyway. Katamari Reroll, I bought immediately. It's really good. It's one of Wifeboat's favorite games of all time. Kingdoms of Amalur is one of my favorite games of all time. And the remake is really good. Demon Souls was fantastic. Tony Hawk would have been your choice? Well. Alright, so best remake vote is up. Warcraft 3 Reforged, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Kingdoms of Amalur, Demon Souls, or Katamari Reroll. When we first did this I think we did it for like 2018. I think the 2018 awards was the first one. There was I think 2 remakes came out. But now, every year, it's more and more. There's more than this. These are just the ones pulled out. Call of Duty Warzone's just a remake of all the previous ones. Yeah, I mean, you could put Madden or the FIFA games on it every single year. So, or Football Manager, you know? Those are just remakes. Farm Simulator. You know? 15 seconds left for best remake. Katamari is well in the lead, and deservedly so. Author, how's it going? All right. Best remake released in 2020 goes to Katamari Reroll. Yeah. That's a good choice. I like that. Good stuff. Okay. So, these categories, Best Action Adventure Game and Best Action Game, are really dumb. That's real dumb. The insane control scheme on Katamari, yes. It's like driving a forklift. Katamari Damacy Reroll, yes. Yeah. The only thing, and I say this with all the love, the only thing that I strongly dislike about Katamari Damacy Reroll is they significantly reduced the King's Bulge. And that's unfortunate. Because that was a really big part of what, hooked you into the game. Anyway. Best VR game. No one here really plays VR. It's Half-Life Alyx, so it doesn't really matter, you know. How should we do this? So I wasn't in the family category anymore yet. No one anywhere plays VR. I'll never forget Half-Life Alyx. Hecky was playing it, and she picked up a marker and started writing on one of the windows, and she could just draw on the windows, and that was crazy. And then she went to put the marker down and accidentally brushed some of the marker off of the window as she was moving her hand down, and then it was really cool. And because Heki, she was super, like, just blown away by it, and it was really fun to watch. But best story action versus best roguelike action. So what if we did best action game, which could be roguelite or likes, ARPGs and whatnot, and then best story game. So there would be some overlap, obviously, but then there would be games that were just dedicated to telling a story, you know? So let's do best action game, and then we'll do best story game. Not necessarily narrative. So narrative would be more best writing, right? Whereas the best story game doesn't necessarily need the best writing, but like the best story experience. So let's do best story game first, because it's gonna be contentious. Best story game. Is gonna be Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2, Spiritfarer, Cyberpunk 2077, and Hades, probably. As much as, like, there's gonna be a little crossover. Like, Hades is gonna be in Best Action Game as well. But it's also a story game. So there's still gonna be some crossover, but... Alright. Best story game. Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2, Spiritfarer, Cyberpunk 2077, and Hades. This is one of the categories where it's going to be skewed heavily by the type of community that we are. Because I'm pretty sure I know what's going to win. I'm fairly certain I know what's going to win, but how dare I? What? 1 minute left. Best story game. We like to cry. Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2, Spiritfarer, Cyberpunk, and Hades. I love that Last of Us Part 2 has 0 votes. Mags, hello. Happy New Year's Eve. Best story game. I cry in the shower, not at my desk. Yeah. Games don't really... Like, they'll move me, but I don't really get genuinely emotional. They're moving, but... Cry at my desk and get paid for it at least? Psh. I cry at the gym like a real man. Oh yeah, that's fair paint, yeah. It's like... I mean, yeah. Alright, best story game goes to Spiritfarer. To the surprise of no one. That's deserved. Deservedly so. So best story game for 2020 goes to Spiritfarer. Congrats. Now we're going to go right into another difficult poll of best action game. So that's going to be a much wider selection. So this is not necessarily driven by story, but just has a lot of action. Yeah, the art style of Spiritfarer is fantastic. Spiritfarer will be up for best art. We haven't gotten there. Because you don't want to cry. It's not really till the last, like, third of the game that it starts to get emotional. I mean... okay, so action game. Deep Rock Galactic. Yeah. Hades. Ghost Runner. Neo 2. And Ghost of Tsushima. Right? For best action game, I've got Deep Rock Galactic, Hades, Ghost Runner, Neo 2, Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think there's any others that I would want to swap out. Like, Deep Rock might be able to be swapped out for something, but I don't... Maybe Minecraft Dungeons, but... Alright, we'll go with that. Boom. Poll is up. Best action game. Deep Rock Galactic, Hades, Ghost Runner, Neo 2, Ghosts of Tsushima. It's not a particularly good categorization, I will say. Like, action game. It's a pretty broad spectrum. Stuff happens. Yeah. I mean, you could say that to about every game. For me, an action game is just like, you just keep going, right? There's not a lot of downtime. You know, you're constantly rolling. Haven't played any. What's the best one? I mean, Hades is one of my favorite games of all time. So, like, there is no downtime in DRG. No, unless you're back at base getting an ale. That's about the only time. The only other downtime is running for your life. Best action game, 40 seconds left. Deep Rock Galactic, Hades, Ghost Runner, Neo 2, Ghost of Tsushima. Hades is on sale, by the way. Hades 1 and 2 are on sale. Hades 1 is on sale for $7.50. Super worth it. If you're interested. Hades 2 is on sale for $22. Same reason you don't like Moonlighter 2? Yeah, I gotta revisit Moonlighter 2 once it's made more progress in early access. You don't like the combat room style? That's fair. Okay, best action game goes to Hades. That's... Oh, I could have put Doom Eternal on there. That's fine. It wouldn't have won. Best action game goes to Hades. We don't care about that. No. Best indie game. I really hate that category. Because it's really difficult to define. But we'll try. Don't like playing early access games? Yeah. Like, Moonlighter 2, I played now because the dev sent me a key. So I like playing, when they send me keys for games like that, I like playing them when they initially hit early access, and then we revisit when they hit 1.0. And that's always a fun, like, juxtaposition to be able to see how much they've improved and what's changed and stuff. It's really fun. Spiritfarer is on sale for $3. That's crazy. Outside of Emotion, that's a lot of game for $3. Like, there's, you got like base building / farming stuff, and then a little bit of platforming, and should buy it and never play it. Yeah. Right? Like 75% of the games I own. I really need to like go through my games and like pick some that I've never even installed. Spiritfarer is on Steam. Yeah. It's on Steam. Okay. Let's do indie game. As much as I dislike the categorization of indie game, I like the thoughts behind an indie game, but it's really, really difficult to like actually assign who is and is not an indie developer. So, bought Planet Zoo for €5 on Steam last week. However, whenever you get a PC, I love Planet Zoo. I was thinking about playing Planet Zoo again recently, but I'm gonna keep going with Satisfactory for a bit. It sounds like they were teasing that Planet Zoo 2 should be coming out next year, which will be awesome. You could do that for Fridays. Well, I had way back a long time ago, Scuzzy, I had a list of games that I hadn't played or whatever, and people could pick one for me to play on Fridays. I did that too. Did we ever finish the Stardew Zoo? We did. Yeah. I didn't get to like the desert and stuff, but the actual town, like Pelican Town, was done. I got all that done. I was actually really, really happy with how that came out. The Desert Festival would be awesome to do. That's what we were talking about, Paint. We were talking about doing that. But I just never got around to it. Okay, let's look at indie games. So how do we want to define... it's going to be really, really tough to define what is and isn't an indie game, But there are a couple that we can nominate, that I will nominate anyway. So best indie game for 2020, I am not putting Hades on here, because Supergiant Games is a pretty large developer. Hades was their fourth successful game. Bastion was a breakout. Like, when they made Bastion, they were an indie game dev. When they made Transistor, you could argue it. Pyre wasn't their best game, but at that point, they had a huge, they're a fairly large developer. Hades, they have a pretty large team. Hades 2, they have an even bigger team. So best indie game. I'm going to put some on here, and then you all can vote. So best indie game, Black Mesa. Black Mesa is developed by a group of friends from college who started it as a mod and then got approval from Valve to release it on Steam, and then got approval from Valve to sell it on Steam. And it's really good. I'm completely biased, but it's really good. But it is, that's the definition of independent. None of them did it for... None of them got paid for like the 10 years it took to make that game. So no doubt Hades would be successful. no risk inherent to being indie. Yeah, I mean Hades had a year and a half, like 18-month early access period as well, Fawn. So it kind of self-supported in that way, so there was even less risk going into that. So okay. Best indie game, Black Mesa, Risk of Rain 2, absolutely. Factorio, Spiritfarer. I think that's it. Oh, Monster Train. They're a slightly larger dev, but we'll put them on there. Carrion was nominated. But the problem with both, like, Fall Guys was a small dev and Carrion was a small dev, but they're published by Devolver, which best indie game is probably some weird little puzzle game that we didn't put on the list. Yeah, probably. Oh, not Monster Train. Kentucky Route Zero. That's the one. Okay. The poll for best indie game is up. Black Mesa, Risk of Rain 2, Factorio, Spiritfarer, and Kentucky Route Zero are your nominees. I'm going to top off my coffee real quick. All your vote. Oh. Literally never heard of Kentucky Route Zero. Yeah, that was 2020 was full release. Kentucky Route Zero is on sale for $10. It's a weird, like, it's a very moody game. It's a very weird, moody game with a cool art style. It's neat. Got better throughout the game, yeah. Very, very artsy. Yeah, very indie. Uh, 15 seconds. Black Mesa, Risk of Rain 2, Factorio, Spiritfarer, Kentucky Route Zero. Factorio is unsurprisingly running away with it. That's not really terribly surprising. I should put this on a shirt. It's really, really low def though, so it would just be really pixelated. Looks a lot like This War Is Mine. It's a little lower poly than This War of Mine. Okay, best indie game goes to Factorio. That's totally fair. Completely fair. Completely fair. All right, let's jump to best music. This is going to be it's just Hades, right? I mean, yeah. What are you talking about, Scuzzy? I'm trying to think if there's even competition. Like, the Final Fantasy soundtrack is good, the Ori soundtrack is good, Cyberpunk has some good music, but it's Hades, man. It's Hades. So, yeah. Best music 2020 goes to Hades. I'm not even putting it up for a vote. I'm using my ability to be me to just say no. Best music 2020 goes to Hades. Okay, best art. This we could probably have a poll for, because there's a couple that could voted Spiritfarer. Yeah, that's totally fair. Best art. Hades, Obs, Ori, and the Will of the Wisps. That's just Darren Korb. Spiritfarer absolutely gets a nod for best art. Monster Train, really, really pretty game. And Kentucky Route Zero, because it's really good. Like, really interesting. Really good. Okay. We didn't vote on? Okay. Listen, that's because there was no vote necessary. Best art poll is open. Hades, Ori, Spiritfarer, Monster Train, Kentucky Route Zero. Started playing games again. Still haven't played 90% of the games mentioned, nor heard of like 40%. Records, please. Look at this trophy. Come on. Come on. The award goes to me. All right. 1 minute left. Best art. Hades, Ori, Spiritfarer, Monster Train, Kentucky Route Zero. Trophy hurts your soul? What do you mean? Was it last year or the year before? I forget their name. But they worked in a trophy shop. And they were displeased with this trophy. And it made my day. Made my year, honestly. I should have found out what shop it was and ordered a real reproduction. Might be the reason. I mean, it was. You're not wrong. Was it Kim? No. They stopped coming around pretty shortly after that, actually.
Just floating around tugboating people.
Lucky Sevens, Matt. Thank you so much for 77 months. Good morning. When your art is so offensive it scares people off, that's when you know you're doing it right. Art should be evocative. Yes. Yes, Paint, I think. Right? Yo, Veal, what's going on? Looking forward to 2020. Think we're going to turn things around. I will never forget. New Year's Eve stream, 2019. I said next year's 2020. And that means we're rolling with advantage. So everything's going to be better. Because we rolled 2 nat 20s. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. All right, best art goes to Hades. Boy, was that a miss. Yeah, that's why no one should listen to me. All right. Best narrative. We rolled with disadvantage. At the end, we should do most anticipated games, maybe in Discord. Just genuine, like, hey, what was the game you want to play next year? Oh, yeah, we can absolutely do that, Fawn. Absolutely. You gotta... I did see someone ordered it, Matt, last night. I fell asleep when the alert came through, but... See, now Matt has... Why is the trophy a sports guy? He's bowling and also playing tennis. But there's also a dog. So, yeah. Don't even know what games are coming out next year. I don't either. Matt's gonna have a whole... It's not even a key sound. No. You know what this was? Is... It's not a random dog. This was... Sal's dog. Salberry. Had a long boy. A long time ago. That was before she moved to Australia. Gilly, yeah. That's where that came from. One of the many dogs killed by Nerdin. A whippet. Yeah. Oh, Gilly went to Australia with her. Oh yeah. Nice. Okay. Let's do best narrative / story telling. Narrative / story. Hades, Ori 2, Last of Us, Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and Spiritfarer. Maybe just narrative? I meant writing. Yeah. Narrative / writing. All right. All right, the poll is up. Get your votes in. Hades, Ori 2, Ori Will of the Wisps, Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Spiritfarer. While that's running, I'll be right back 1 second. Okay. Jake, how's it going? Don't know if narrative is what Hades is strongest at. The narrative kind of runs through the game. The gameplay makes you want to beat Hades the first time. The narrative wants you to make you beat the game again, right? This one's not an easy one. So, where's the poll? It should be at the top of chat. Combat. Spiritfarer is running away with it, which is not particularly surprising. The narrative, yes. A big pair of narratives. Yeah, Spiritfarer is $3 right now, as you know. Yeah, which is crazy. I think our awards are slightly jaded by the community. All right. Best narrative goes to Spirit Fair. So are the Jeffies, yeah. I was behind the pinned mug link. Well, a 1 vote gap over Hades. Okay. We're pretty much down to ours is different because we're not influenced by money, but sadness. Yeah. We're pretty much down to Game of the Year. Game direction is a weird category. Game of the Year is going to be... Game of the Year is going to be tough. We got to figure out what we're nominating for Game of the Year. We can have 5 in the poll, right? Didn't we do multiple polls? I don't think there's enough. I don't know that there's enough to do multiple polls. We could. Yeah. So what games do we think should be in there for Game of the Year? Based on previous voting, Hades needs to be in there. Deep Rock Galactic needs to be in there. Cyberpunk needs to be in there. Factorio should probably be in there. Animal Crossing. Factorio. So I have Hades, Deep Rock Galactic, Cyberpunk, Animal Crossing, and Factorio. Penny voted for Animal Crossing. Yeah, these are 2020 releases, Jonah. And it has to be a 1.0 release. So like SnowRunner came out of early access in 2020.
I would like to see the baby.
I have 5 games right now. Are there more? Oh, Spiritfarer should be on there, obviously. We can put Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima. All right, so we'll do 2 polls, and then what we'll do is we'll take the top 2 from the 2 polls into the final one. So we'll do that. So Game of the Year. Poll 1. We'll have Ghost of Tsushima, Spiritfarer, I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 4 in each. That's 3. All right, so first one. So the top The top 2 vote getters from this one will go into the final. So best replay value. That's a possibility. So the top 2 vote getters from this one will go into the final, with the top 2 vote getters from the next one. So we've got Ghost of Tsushima, Spiritfarer, Cyberpunk, and Last of Us Part 2. As it is now, Jovial. So that's the advantage of hindsight, is being able to see what the game has become, you know? So it has overcome its rough launch, right? That's the entire point of the... Because time will always tell, exactly. Exactly. Not the version of Cyberpunk that Sony was willing to refund. Not that one. Yeah, it was a disaster on launch. It didn't even get nominated for anything. I mean, it came out in mid-December, but still. In 3 years, they'll be interesting. Did a lot come out in 2023? I don't remember. 15 seconds. Get your votes in for the first Game of the Year poll. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. Okay, so Cyberpunk and Spiritfarer go through. Last of Us is on your list to play one day. I've never played it. It's not really on mine. So it'll become Hades versus Spiritfarer. Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right, so next poll. This one's going to be tougher. Game of the Year Part 2. Hades, Deep Rock Galactic, Animal Crossing, and Factorio. So again, the top 2 vote getters from this one will go up against Spiritfarer and Cyberpunk. This might be the most contentious game of the year that we've had. It's been fairly straightforward. All the previous ones, there's been a little bit of contention, but I think this one is going to be genuinely, like, really tough to call. You've only played one? Well, that's the one you vote for then. Yeah, Valheim doesn't get until it hits 1.0. Yeah, Red Dead 2 didn't have much competition. I don't really think Game of the Year has had a lot of competition going back. Yeah, the 2031 edition of this. If I'm still doing this in 2031, I don't... That'll be something. I'll be 50. Okay. Never mind. We're not talking about that anymore. 20 seconds left. Second part of Game of the Year voting. Hades, Deep Rock, Animal Crossing, Factorio. Longest, at that point it might be. I worked at one place for 12 years, although I was laid off for 6 months in the middle of it. But 2018 was Red Dead versus God of War versus Hollow Knight. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. This one is contentious. Okay, so Animal Crossing and Hades go through. This will be interesting. Follow the teachings of Mariah and no longer acknowledge time. Right. All right, here we go. Game of the Year 2020. Hades. Cyberpunk 2077. Animal Crossing. New Horizons. And Spiritfarer. I'm going to give an extra minute for this one, just so everyone can get their votes in. This one's going to be contentious. Easy Hades? I mean, maybe? Go sharpen your knives for the bloodbath. Get your votes in. Game of the Year 2020. Hades, Cyberpunk 2077, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Spiritfarer. I like that every single game is getting votes. Am I going to overrule you? No. I won't. I have 2,700 hours in Animal Crossing, but Hades is just better. I'm going to go with Last of Us Part 2. No, I'm going to go with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Tom Nook can't hurt you here, Jonah. Some of these don't feel like Game of the Year games, if that makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense in some aspects. The actual Game of the Year was Last of Us Part 2 1. Cyberpunk has gotten really, really good since 2020, so it's deserving of those votes. 1 minute left. Game of the Year 2020, Hades, Cyberpunk, Animal Crossing, Spiritfarer. Only in this community, though? Yeah. Yeah, that's a solid redemption arc, you know? A very solid redemption arc. Get your votes in. Under a minute left. Had more fun playing Cyberpunk than the others, and that's the point of games. Yeah, 100%. 100%. No love for Carrion. No. None whatsoever. Honestly, all of these games deserve it. It's one of the most contentious Game of the Year categories we've had. Like, easily most contentious we've had in the history of these awards. Like, that's really close. Really close. All right. Game of the Year for 2020 is Hades. Congratulations to Supergiant Games. Congratulations, Hades. Game of the Year by 1 vote. 1 vote. Deserved. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Wish we could send that to them, right? So Game of the Year in order: Hades, followed by Cyberpunk, followed by Animal Crossing, followed by Spiritfarer. Just send it to them with no context. No context whatsoever. Just... What is this? That would be fantastic. All right. That's always fun. This is always fun, y'all. Particularly because we get to like look back and remember stuff that actually came out. Oh yeah, Paint redeemed a wink. I forgot. So that's a lot of fun. We have so let's recap real quick. The awards that hath been won. Best multiplayer game went to Deep Rock Galactic. Best family game went to Fall Guys. Best RPG went to Cyberpunk 2077. Y'all, we've got a mug giveaway. If you want to win this glorious Time Will Always Tell Awards drinks vessel that you can put on your lips. Exclamation point enter. If you haven't been here for a merch giveaway before, it's all bought and paid for, including shipping. All you do is put in your shipping information. It's all handled by the vendor. So all you got to do is log in. If you're the winner, you just click the link, log in with your Twitch account to confirm that you were the one selected. Put in your shipping information, and it's off to you. And it's all handled by Fourth Wall, which is my merch store. So, exclamation point enter if you want a chance to win this glorious mug. Thank you, Zell. Look at that. Look at that trophy. It's amazing. It's amazing. So while that's running down, a quick recap. Best multiplayer game, Deep Rock Galactic. Best family game, Fall Guys. Best RPG, Cyberpunk 2077. Best remake, Katamari Damacy Reroll. Best story game, Spiritfarer. Best action game went to Hades. Best indie game went to Factorio. Best art went to Hades. Best writing went to Spiritfarer. And then the game of the year went to Hades. If enough people enter, can we break the fourth wall? Maybe. Maybe. Exclamation point enter. Last chance. I want to win so I can smash it on my driveway. Just give it to Fred with no context. Proper amount of Spiritfarer love. Spiritfarer got no love in 2020, to be fair. Like, I think it was nominated for one award. I think it was nominated for Best Indie, and that's it. But that's a great game. Now you want to buy one just to do that. Exclamation point enter. Last chance to win an official drinks vessel that you can put on your mouth hole. I regret words. Can you stop saying it like that? I can't. I really can't. Mia. Mia, congrats. Click the link, log in with your Twitch account, put in your shipping info, and it's off to you. Now Bishop gets a freebie mug. Congrats, Mia. I hope you like it. I hope you like it. I know you will. The cats will love it too. So gets used to water plants and such. All right. That is the Time Will Always Tell Awards for 2020. 2 big narratives, mug design. Don't tempt me. So that's it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I mentioned in Discord my son was up vomiting all night, so I'm gonna try and take a nap because I'm exhausted. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your New Year's Eve. I hope you have a happy and safe New Year. I'll be back on Friday. Friday morning, we're going to continue with our Satisfactory. You bought one? I hate you. Thank you, Paint. So I hope you all have a very happy and safe New Year. I will see you all on Friday morning for some Satisfactory. So as I mentioned last year, and as I'll probably mention for several more years after this, one of my favorite quotes from gaming of all time comes from Dragon Age Origins. When you're in Orzammar and you're about to depart for the Deep Roads, and the dwarves say to you, Atrast Naltansha, which translates to, may you always find your way in the dark. And that is something we could all use right now. So, Happy New Year, everybody, and may you always find your way in the dark. As always, as ever, remember, be good to each other. Bye, everybody.